Good morning, motherfuckers. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, we juicing like a motherfucker, my boy. Previously on Kimba TV. It's probably gonna come down to like sweep that. Thursday is GDP, Friday is PCE, and next week is FOMC. So, you know, I'm gonna be paying attention to S&P a lot. You know, and I did it yesterday too, and I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll do it Thursday, and I'll do it Friday. Hey, real quick, how many of y'all were here for the 15-second alpha TA last night? It's on the VOD. It's on the VOD. Check it out. Check it out. Make sure you guys rewind and get caught up. What was the last thing that I said before I went to sleep? Anonium says, nope, sleeping. Exclamation rewind. No excuses. Oh. Yep, right around here. Sounds good. Start watching around 6:40. All right, ladies and gentlemen, markets are open. S&P, you better not be a hoe today, please. Gap. Is everybody caught up on the plan? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, every day, we gonna find out who knows what they're doing and who don't. Hey, Bruno, I say, hey, stop the music. Hey, Bruno, were you here? Were you here before I went to sleep, Bruno? Hands up if you were here last night. Hands up if you were here last night. Let's go, Bruno. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you rewind and get caught up. Sounds good? Ladies and gentlemen, stop the music, stop the music. Make sure you guys are caught up on the highlights, okay? Chat, what do we say? If this is retail arena, what the fuck are you supposed to do here? And what the fuck are you supposed to do here? Unless you get a bearish or a bullish retest. What did we not go over this? What was the letter that I drew in here? And what was the letter that I drew in here? You're supposed to blank here. You're supposed to blank here. How many of y'all were here with me for that 15-second TA right before I went to bed? How many of y'all were here with me right before I went? It's in the VOD, ladies and gentlemen. Exclamation rewind. Just because you didn't hear it doesn't mean I didn't draw it. How many of y'all were here when I said, how many of you guys are taking this? Last night before I went to bed, I drew the risk reward like this. I said, how many of you guys are going to take this? The invalidation is simple. Y'all better be juicing. Not that hard. It's hard when you're doing your own thing and making up your own math. Quit playing with me. Let's go. What the fuck? All the shorters. Kimba, you dumbass, you missed the short, man. Kimba missed the short. Oh shit, what's going on? Manipulation. Oh shit, manipulation. I tried to tell y'all what you're supposed to do down here and what you're supposed to do up here, so quit playing with me. Make sure you get caught up on the Monday stuff. Like, I mean, Farmer John, you and I are looking at the same thing. This was a candle close at golden pocket. So if this was, some people are going to consider this. Some people are going to say pixel and consider this. The question is what? Is this resistance or is this support? That's your low. That's how you would confirm it. So it's pretty dope. Like every day you have an opportunity to see if you know what you're doing. You know? You wouldn't get bearish when it rotates that way. You would get bearish if it rejects off of 618 and it makes the lower low, right? I mean, just 5th grade TA. Juice! Easy money, Bugatti money. Come on. Hey, we're going to be careful for up here, right? Everybody good? We Gucci? Quit playing with me. All right, shall we Latuche? Shall we Latuche? I'm not going to feel bad because there were motherfuckers that were bearish down here and they were sober. I'm not going to feel bad because there were motherfuckers that were bearish down here yesterday and they were sober. So we going Latuche up like a motherfucker, man. You heard me. Well, there's 22 minutes on this 30-minute CME candle. That's going to be annoying. No surprises that it's pixel fucking. That's that line that I was talking about just now in Trading Light. Y'all ready? I might have missed out on the juicy ass short. It's part of the game, y'all. You know what I mean? I wouldn't beat yourself up over it because the minute that your emotional composure is broken, the minute that the emotional side of your brain is triggered, the logical side is not working. Unless you're part of the X-Men and you've got a genetic mutation that allows you to use both sides, then God bless you. But if you're a normal human being, okay, the minute that you're emotionally triggered, all logic goes out the window. That's not arguable. So, whether you're, fuck, I just got stopped out on my short and it left me at the train station. Fuck, I just got round tripped on my long and now it's pumping. That's part of the game. That's what's supposed to happen. So that's why it's so important that you put your stop loss at break even or tiny profit or whatever, because it's so precious what you have. You know? So, no worries. We're just going to do the best that we can do and we'll see what happens, okay? You know me. Regardless of, I have my levels identified. It's the deviations of those levels that would interest me. Anything inside of retail arena, I don't care. How many of y'all watch football or soccer? How many times in the game of soccer does the guy get hella close and then he shoots, but then it goes, but the goalkeeper goes, bink, and he defends? Is it guaranteed that when you get this close that you're gonna score? Probabilities. So we should just wait on these candle closes. So this is the CME. This is the value. Does it close inside? Does it spend time inside? Like, all the bears have to do is just convince me and I'm down to short. But you can't like leave a bad high and then just do like a value area high retest after it broke out. It's got to just convince me. I'm okay. I'll short. I'll market smash some shorts. I'll market smash some shorts. Show me that all the shorts got stopped out right there and I'll enter a short right there. But if longs open, then I can't. If it goes back in and it spends time here, I can start market smashing. But yeah, it really doesn't matter. I wouldn't beat yourself up over it. A lot of people were just like, fuck, man, I got stopped out on my short. That's okay. I just saw somebody go, fuck, man, I got stopped out on my long. Hey, that's part of the game, baby. You gotta love it. You can't let your self-worth or your self-identity be tied to if you're able to predict the future or not, if you're right or wrong. The only thing that should really matter and what you should take pride in and what we should all hold ourselves accountable to is if you have good risk management. That's all you have to do. Everything else is just let the market maker do their thing, man. Alrighty? So, I'm going to do my best. You guys do your best. All right? Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. You know what it is. Were you here when we were talking about swing fail? "30-minute forms, second one confirms." If it really is a swing fail, it won't lose. That's it. If you go back and rewind, I drew all the fibs and stuff. So, and the best part was, as promised, anytime I get into positions, it's a purple link. If this is the fib that we use to enter, what's the local high that we have to break, and then we move our stop loss into break even? When do we do that? If this is the high, either that one or that one is acceptable. Vilfa says, got it, thanks. Yeah, it also, did you watch the YouTube highlights from yesterday, Vilfa? Did you hear my little spiel about what you want to do here and here? Let's see if we can move our stop loss into a tiny profit. Other than that, Vilfa, kind of front ran a couple of things. What is this called? When the daily opens outside of value area range. And if, because you could just go, bonk, bonk, but if you are able to turn value area low into support, so maybe opponent control sweep, like I said, and then if it can turn that into support, that's why if it clears that, then you would put your stop loss at break even, because dink is also possible too. And then last but not least, were you here when I was like talking about what I would want for GDP tomorrow? Do you remember what I said, what I would want? So front running S&P. But I mean, it's pretty cool, you know, whether it's this, we have this, this is from the Hawaii ad, part of the 80 that we added. We have this, you know, and then like I gotta do something like this. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, other than that, I mean, just put your stop loss at, you know, wherever you think is acceptable. Theoretically, you need to make a higher high, so you still got to breach like 65, 742 on Coinbase, but you could even start doing, you know, things like this. This to that. Really can't lose that. When do you generally move your stop loss to break even? It's a rule, Dunnas. Chat, when do you move your stop loss to break even? Dunnas, take notes. Chat, what does basic strategy say? So there you go, higher high, brother. So if this is your fib range from the swing high, swing low, swing low, swing high, that's your local high. So once it breaches it or taps it, so that's at 65732 on Binance. All right, and then what you can do is if it does that and it does this, and if it does that, then you can move your stop loss. Move it there. You can slowly move it up if you really get scared, but it's when the structure changes. And that's just by the book shit, you know? You don't have to do that. Okay, but if you want to know basic strategy, what I do every single time, it's always when it makes a higher high. All right, but I stress again, you don't have to do that. It's, you know, basic strategy. Sounds good? I've always had tight stop loss though. Hey, do whatever you think is the best. Dunnas, if you keep getting stopped out, and it just leaves you at the train station, you can either keep doing that or you can adapt and figure out how you can prevent that from happening in the future, right? So sometimes it's getting a better entry. Other times it's being, you know, a little bit more tolerant on the price action. So, you know, try different things, you know, as many times as you want and then figure out which one is the most ideal for you. There really is no right or wrong. Some people have better entries than others. Some have worse entries than others. And so you have to balance it out with what kind of tolerance you would have. All right, let's listen to the song. Let's see if it can break the local high and then start to say our see ya laters. I was about to say goodbyes, but it's not goodbyes. And I will see you guys tomorrow. If I am on the shore, I should be looking 65835. Sure, but here's the thing, Andre. Whether you're in a long or whether you're in a short. Andre, have you been round trip before? Or is that like a foreign concept to you? I feel like, brother, it's easy to think about TPing. So yes, if you're in a short, of course you're looking for 65 or, you know, you're talking about invalidation, right? But whether you're in a short or whether you're in a long, make sure you understand where your stop loss is. I can't really tell if you're already in a short and you're looking at it as an invalidation for potential areas to start stopping out, or if you're talking about you're looking at 65.8 to get into a short. But you should be able to look at the open interest and be able to tell me if it's bearish or bullish. You should be able to tell me if there's any CVD, hidden bear div, hidden bull div, etc., etc. And you should be able to tell me if you have enough edge. Otherwise, it's not worth taking a shot. It can only go up or down. So even if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing, it can seem like you know what you're doing. But eventually the math is going to catch up onto you one day. So, yeah, I would, that is a level that would potentially be resistance. Yes. Longers, I'm rooting for you. Shorters, I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lying. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss. Tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss, Sato.